Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we have a new rumor regarding Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah.
Shouldn't surprise anyone if this rumor comes to pass. The rumor is that Harrison Ford will step down as Indiana Jones by the end of the movie and be replaced by a woman.
I mean, come on. Rey and then they made her a Skywalker to boot.
Tila.
Yeah, Tila. I mean,
Doctor
of
Who.
course.
Come on.
It goes on and on and on and on. Would this be surprising? No. Is this probably what's going to happen? Most likely. It has to hit those mandates.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. But, they're going to have to pass the mantle of Indiana Jones on because Harrison Ford is, frankly, getting too damn old to play Indiana Jones.
Why couldn't they just start a new show with a character that's similar to Indiana Jones or inspired by Indiana Jones, but it's a little bit like, Tomb Raider or something like that, but they could do something different. Why couldn't they just do that?
She's going to be Mississippi Mandy.
Mississippi Mandy.
I don't know. Anyway, Iowa Irene.
I don't know.
So we're gonna talk about that. Again, rumor, but you know what? Given the way things are now, wouldn't surprise me at all. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 234,000 subs.
Woohoo!
Thank you for the support. We do talk about Disney, talk about Marvel, talk about Star Wars, talk about pop culture, whatever interests us that day. And this just popped up a couple hours ago. I saw it that, the rumor is that Indiana Jones is going to get replaced by a woman because, of course.
I thought that for a while now. When they had the cast, I was like, yeah, that's what they're going to do. I mean, we honestly thought they were going to do this last time with Mutt. You were talking about that as a joke. Everybody thought that was what was going to happen.
I think that was the plan, but that movie was received so badly and Shia LaBeouf went insane.
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
I think if Shia LaBeouf had not gone crazy, that might have actually happened. But yeah, I'm going to be honest, he was the worst part of that movie. Mm-hmm. And, I can't unsee him swinging from the vines like a monkey, a bunch of CGI monkeys. And yeah, they were going to, pass the mantle to his son. And that didn't work out very well. But again, Harrison Ford's getting old.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I honestly think they should just stop making them and move on to something new. I don't know why they keep doing this. At some point, you just, like Jeopardy, for example. They keep having these musical hosts. It's not working. Why don't we just stop? Why don't you just, Alex Trebek can't be replaced.
Yeah.
We're just stopping it. And moving on to something new.
Hard.
Makes sense and is respectful. No. So Indiana Jones's hat is perfect when it fits a woman.
Yeah, so here we go. This is coming from the Daily Mail, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, 100% there.
However, we know Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in Indiana Jones 5, and why else would she be there?
She could be a bad guy or something, but yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, she could replace Harrison.
Oh, yes. Again, for those who don't understand what rumor means, it means that maybe, no one's saying it's for sure a fact, but it's like something that people are saying behind the scenes that insiders are hearing could be a possibility.
Anyway.
That's what it means.
Anyway, she, speaking of Doctor Who, she was actually, I was going to say she was pegged to play the next Doctor, but that's a bad terminology. She was supposed to play the 13th Doctor. The money was on her, and it didn't happen. She's in Fleabag. She's actually pretty funny, I think. I think she would have made a much more charismatic Doctor than Jodie Whittaker, but I don't want her to be Indiana Jones. She's set to star as Indiana Jones' sidekick next year in Harrison Ford's last outing as the gnarled adventurer.
I love that choice of wording.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is being tipped to replace the veteran actor as a female version of the fictional professor of archaeology in the adventure movie franchise. That will piss people off to no end. Mm-hmm. The film industry is awash with rumors that the Fleabag star will take over as the main Indiana adventurer, making her the first female lead since the Disney-made movies began in 1981. Disney didn't make them.
Yeah.
They bought them.
They didn't make them.
Insiders claim Kathleen Kennedy, the Hollywood producer behind the franchise, is keen to make big, bold changes, with few bigger than switching the lead character to a woman.
Well, we surprised Kathleen Kennedy with the Force is Female shirts and Rey Skywalker, and all that crap. And Rey was just a shit character from the beginning. Of course. And then we're gonna have, Leslie Headland gets her own show, and all the weirdness around that and stuff. These were all Kennedy's little brain farts. So yes, of course, that this would be something that, it doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but it would make complete sense, and no one would be surprised in any way.
Ms. Kennedy's spokesman declined to comment on the rumors. Well, no, what's she gonna say? Like, yes, I'm going to kill off or replace Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones 5. Please keep your money. Don't come see this movie. Right. Whatever you do, you're going to be disappointed. I'm shocked they're making an Indiana Jones 5 after the disaster that was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Well, no, because Disney owns it now, and they're not going to own anything unless they can try to milk it to death. And when they milk it to death, they'll move on to the female version. And then they'll milk that to death, too.
Well, it's interesting because I remember a few years ago, there was a webcomic called Delilah Dirk that Disney optioned. It was suspiciously similar in tone to Indiana Jones, but had a female lead. Now, I don't think they're going to turn her into Delilah Dirk, but I think they optioned that to sit on it.
Right. Companies do that. Something almost like it could be something they're thinking about. Well, they'll option it to sit on it so it doesn't, you don't want competition.
You don't want competition, yeah. None of the versatile actress and writers representatives in the UK or America responded to questions. Of course not. They're not going to tell you what's going on. Disney also did not respond. Of course not. In July, the 36-year-old filmed rooftop scenes alongside her American co-star Boyd Holbrook in Glasgow City for the 5th movie, whose title has yet to be made public. This is her in the movie. This is what she looks like.
Apparently.
She's kind of rocking the Doctor Who look there
a little bit,
isn't she? Yeah. The character she plays was not spelled out. Waller-Bridge, dressed in maroon corduroy jacket and blue trousers, is understood to be playing an assistant to Indiana Jones.
We can't have that. Why would you have a female be an assistant back in that time?
The gossip on the set is that this character will slot into the leading role.
Shocker.
His own son wasn't up to it, but thankfully a woman stepped in.
Yes.
To take up the mantle. Everything's a mantle now.
It says that 2019 double Golden Globe winner, she co-wrote the screenplay for No Time to Die. Isn't that the James Bond film that they were trying to make James Bond a woman?
Yeah, they're replacing 007 James Bond with 007 black woman. Yes.
And then they said she was brought in because she wanted to introduce more humor and offbeat style of writing to James Bond.
That is not what James Bond is
Doesn't matter if that's what it's about. That's what these people say it's about now, and that's what's going to have to happen because they said so. And then they're like, why don't these movies do well? Why are people upset?
Is anybody actually excited about Indiana Jones 5? I have yet to hear of anyone who's excited about Indiana Jones 5. Most people remember the last Indiana Jones movie, which was not good, had freaking aliens in it. They totally jumped the shark on that one. And, Harrison Ford was way past his prime then, and that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are we doing this?
Just so they can set it up again for,
So they can, yeah. And then,
they could have gone, if they really want to be, keep the Indiana Jones story, they could have just gone and done prequel movies or,
Well, they had a prequel series that was pretty good. Yeah.
But I'm saying they could do more of that, or they could found another actor that could do a younger version or whatever and something like that. But no. And people would have had problems with that too, I'm not going to lie. But no, our answer is we're going to keep it going, but we're going to make it an all new character. It's a woman.
There were rumors for a while they were going to reboot the franchise with Chris Pratt playing Indiana Jones. Of course, he's problematic now. We can't do that.
Well, no, it's problematic in general because Indiana Jones is a star character, and it's a dude.
Yeah.
So now it has to be a woman. Well, she's not going to be Indiana Jones. So what are you going to call it then? At that point, why do this at all? Just make a new show.
I was thinking they have this thing down there, Kim Kardashian. They call her Kinky Kim.
Okay, no, we're not going to call her Kinky Kim. But I'm just like, they can't call her Indiana Jones. So it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to headline it Indiana Jones.
Oh, they'll call her Indiana Jones. They will, just as a kick to the balls.
I'm just like, it's stupid. Stop.
He named himself after his dog. So they'll be like, well, I named myself after my dog, which was my professor, that old dog. So I'm picking up the mantle. I'm going to use
stupid. That'd be
my
dumb.
pen name. I'm gonna write adventure novels.
So their idea is to give the woman the hand-me-down?
The hand-me-down. Well, that's what I was going to say about
How progressive.
All of these characters, what they're doing is they're basically giving either female characters or minority characters, whatever, hand-me-downs. It's like we're not creating a brand new character. Like you get the mantle, you inherit the mantle. But then you also have to deal with the backlash of people being upset. It's not the same character. Again, they optioned Delilah Dirk, female Indiana Jones style character. They could make that into a movie. Mm-hmm. Be like, it's in the vein of Indiana Jones, but it's not actually Indiana Jones.
Right, because no one can replace Indiana Jones. And let's be honest, it's getting to the place where, we're kind of past it. Yeah. Let's move on to something new, but it's exciting and it's like Indiana Jones. It's inspired by Indiana Jones, inspired by like Tomb Raider type thing, that kind of stuff. They could totally do that.
And the weird thing about all this is Indiana Jones and Star Wars were inspired by things that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg loved growing up.
Right. They didn't just say, hey, I'm going to make a new one of that.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I'm not just going to do the Phantom or whatever this radio drama is. I'm going to actually, take all these things I grew up with and put them in a blender, and here's my take on it.
Mm-hmm. Something new, inspired by.
Yeah, so now you're getting a copy of a copy of a copy, and it's like, stop. Just stop.
Yeah, I know.
I had zero interest in this movie before this rumor started to circulate, because I'm like, we are way past the expiration date here. But a lot of other people, 800 and some comments, they're not real happy. Oh my God, look at the ads. Can't have the same series and change the lead from male to female, just like James Bond. Well, the thing about James Bond, though, is my understanding, in all fairness, is that she's not James Bond. She just gets the 007
right, which which makes sense because but again, the explanation. But the point is, it's
point is she's
James
the new
Bond.
007, and they'll probably the stinger at the beginning, because they always have the cold open. Will be like, I'm 007 now, bitches, kind of thing, as she shoots a guy and he falls out the window or something. Like, who are you? 007, asshole. And then cue the music.
Yeah, I like this one. Women are fierce and independent, so why do they always have to ride a man's coattails? Exactly. She's supposed to be a brilliant writer, too, so be brilliant. Write your own characters. Yes, thank you. I mean, they keep acting like they're going to take these established characters, be it in comics, be it in this Indiana Jones or whatever, and we're going to put a female in charge and make it about the woman, but it's like, just write something new, because then you're just getting a effing hand-me-down. The character's gay now, hand-me-down.
It's so predictable and boring at this point. It used to shock audiences. It used to stir up controversy, and now everybody just expects it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I've said multiple times, I said, Lucasfilm could come out and say Luke Skywalker is a black lesbian in a wheelchair, deal with it, and I'd be like, of course. Right, but then they can't yell, they can't blame isms and phobes on why their movie fails. Yeah. And they always do this, and they always go on Twitter and scream and everything. And even though the majority of the audience isn't on there, and they want to yell politics, even though it fails worldwide. Yeah, and it's just like they're so myopic and up their own ass. It's ridiculous. And I was thinking about this earlier today too, with people are always talking about like parallel economies and trying to kind of roll things back with Hollywood. I think that the problem with Hollywood, with studios, game developers, comic publishers, whatever, is they just assume that their audience is going to keep doling out the money. Mm-hmm. They just assume that there's not going to be any legitimate competition, and that people are so desperate, hungry, thirsty for fictional entertainment that they will just keep shelling out money, that they're ATM machines. And it doesn't matter if we pull the wool over their eyes and change things. No. They'll still give us their money. Yeah, they have to. It's Star Wars. You have to like it. And you literally have, I'd say fans, but you have like... Zealots and bot accounts show up in, your timelines and your... YouTube comments, and they're like, but it's Star Wars, you have to like it, and times change. Like, no. Well, you're not a real fan if you don't like it. I'm like, there's records that come out from musicians, and you might not like every record they put out. Doesn't mean you're not a fan of them. You just don't like that record or that song. But you have to like it, because if you don't like everything, then you're not a real fan. And it's like bullshit. And sometimes you can never make a comeback. All it takes, like you said with the band is come out with one or two bad albums in a row, and everybody forgets who you are. Because they're going to be like, I'm not wasting my time. And again, this is a rumor. Yeah.
I'm not saying this is the case. It might come out that she's just another character and they're wrapping it up. And, it could be that they give her own series that's kind of inspired by Indiana Jones, but it's called something different, which that would be okay for something different. If they did a spin-off of her, but they're retiring Indiana Jones.
Coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah, probably.
The Adventures of Kinky Kim.
No, it was like
from Kansas. Kinky Kansas Kim.
Debbie from Dallas. Anyway.
Debbie from, oh yeah, there we go. Debbie Dallas.
There you go. I'm just like, if they do something like that, okay, it's not going to fly, but that's not a big deal. But, if she's going to be the next Indiana Jones, that's a problem. So again, it's a rumor, but sadly, 5 years ago, I laughed and said, no. Now I'm just like, of course they are.
Oh, she'll get her own spin-off show on Disney Plus. It'll take place in the Indiana Jones universe, and it'll have like all the side characters and
you know what's going to happen?
Short Round. They'll pair her up with Short Round, adult Short Round. That actually be kind of cool. I want to see adult. Why can't we have adult Short Round?
They're probably dating, and then they're going to do. They'll take the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland and they'll retheme it, and they'll take the Indiana Jones stunt show at Walt Disney World and they'll retheme it.
They'll take all the men out of it because the men have been there too long.
Or no white men. Everybody else is fine.
Okay.
As long as you're not straight. If you're not straight, you're fine too.
I would completely watch a Short Round movie. I'm sitting here thinking about I'd watch the shit out of a Short Round movie. Just Short Round.
There you go. Okay.
Just Short Round kicking ass.
See, I don't know. I mean, where it's cute when they're a kid. I don't know how entertaining it's going to be now.
I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking
I
think they had him in. I think they had Short Round in some of the tie-in novels or something, but. Yeah, he was just in the one movie and then he disappeared. I want a Short Round. There you go. Disney Plus show, Short Round. There you go. You get your representation in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be her girlfriend or boyfriend. It probably is her girlfriend.
I don't even ask questions anymore. She's
going to be his girlfriend. It came out wrong. I'm sorry.
No, it's Willie. Willie's going to be.
Well, no, Willie's as old as he is.
Willie's, oh my God, yeah.
But Short Round was younger, so Short Round could be her boyfriend.
There you go.
And so I went to say she's going to be his girlfriend, and it just came out mixed. But you know what? It's Disney, so
it came out meh.
Came out mixed.
We pitched this to Disney, and it just came out meh. But we rolled with it anyway because we already had the date locked in. I swear to God, that's how Disney does this. I think they lock in the dates for these movies before they even have the damn script done. They're like, well, we need to have an Indiana Jones movie by 2023. Okay, shouldn't we start writing that script? We'll get there. We're getting there. What can we do? What would surprise people? Oh, let's make Indiana Jones a woman. Ooh, that's never been done before.
I know. They won't see that coming at all.
But damn it, you put Short Round in this movie and I'm there. Just Short Round. 2 hours of Short Round.
All the characters have Short Round's face on it.
two damn hours of Short Round. I would watch it. That's what you should call it. 2 hours with 2 hours of Short Round. A martial arts adventure.
No, 2 damn hours.
2 damn hours of Short Round. And I bet Short Round would get this movie to play in China.
I don't know, but I thought it was
Short Round keep his mouth shut.
Automatically decided it was a martial arts adventure. You guess you figure since the Hollywood stereotypes the hell out of it, so should you?
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. Because
that's what they do.
That's what they do. No, that's the joke, guys. That's the joke. Asian characters only do kung fu movies.
Right, and if it's a character that's not Asian that can do kung fu, obviously that's racism, and we need to stereotype the character and make sure they're Asian.
Well, we can't just have him teaching math for 2 hours. That would be kind of boring. I mean, no, seriously though, I seriously would watch if Short Round wound up becoming the darker side of the Indian, he was into some crazy shit with some. I'd watch a Short Round movie. You still got
calling Dr. Jones for help.
Call Dr. Jones for help. No, he don't need no Dr. Jones. He doesn't. Now they call him Short Roundhouse because he can do martial arts.
Oh, there you go. Can we wrap this up for the love of God? Because you're just digging the hole deeper. I actually started the hole by saying girlfriend instead of boyfriend when I meant to say that he'd be her boyfriend. Short Round the movie, I want it. I want it more than I've wanted anything in the last 5 minutes. Anyway, rumor again. This is all rumor. It's all rumor. It's all speculation, but we know how things go. So I'm saying rumor with a wink because, watch. They'll tell you. As long as they make it a different character and maybe a spin-off in the same universe, I don't think that's a big deal. That's fine. Just don't make her Indiana Jones. Just retire Indiana Jones. And then when no one watches the spinoff, I don't want to hear about it. Anyway.
It's dead. Just leave it die.
Leave it buried with the other stuff he's trying to find.
Belongs in a museum.
There you go.
We're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.